That is why today bandits in the north are getting negotiation. Why the northern governors, why the Mieti Allah are negotiating with bandits, organizing and standing for the bandits for negotiation. These are terrorists. Their people are standing for them for negotiation. But in the case of Biafra, the Ohanese and Igbo are putting ransom on the head of their own to be kidnapped. Ohanese and Oshinandama came in public and put ransom on our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba. Second, they came back and increased it as if it wasn't enough. They came back and increased the ransom just to show you that it wasn't a mistake. They know what they were doing. Today, these same people helped to sponsor the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi from Kenya. Here are we today talking about the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi. Even when an outsider made a call, they are not buying it. They are not buying it. For how long are we going to continue to listen to this bunch of criminals and tolerate them? These people who claim to be representatives, how long shall we continue to pay attention and tolerate their madness? They claim to be our representatives. What is the duty of a representative? You claim to be a representative. You must be representing. And you must be accountable to the people. Anyone that claims to be a representative, a true representation, this is what it looks like. That person must speak boldly for the oppressed, even when unpopular. That is what is called representation. You must speak boldly for the oppressed, even when it is unpopular. Today, the representative we have today is Omo Eleshore. You can take it to the bank. The only representation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have today, Biafran people, the Igbo people have in Nigeria today, is representation coming from Omo Eleshore, somebody who is not even a Biafran, not even an Igbo person. And he chose that unpopular side, calling for the raise of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for somebody who is a politician is unpopular. It is going to affect your career. It is going to affect your pursuit. They will come after you with everything. The West will even come after you. But yes, you chose it. That is what is called representation. So the only man today representing the Igbo people is Omo Eleshore. Take it to the bank. In Nigeria, I'm talking about Nigeria. In Nigeria today, the only man representing the Igbos is Omo Eleshore. In representation, you must protect citizens from abuse and defend their rights. You must protect your citizens from abuse and protect their rights. How many governors in Nigeria protect their citizens from abuse? The videos we are seeing every day, information we are seeing every day, is attack on the citizen, either burning of houses, attacking their businesses, buying them at every given time, unaliving them at any single offense, unaliving them. We saw when they stripped naked, a youth couple was stripped naked. We have seen when market people were shot, pregnant women were shot by the same people who were supposed to protect them, by the same people who claim to be representing them. And after that is done, we don't hear anything from it. No apology, no concern, A lot of people are injured. They can't even help to support their treatment. The same people they injured. I have seen several videos where people were going to hospitals to call the government out to come and pay the hospital bill of the people that those they sent injured. Several videos on that. More especially in Anambra State and Imo State. And these are the people who claim to be your representative. Is that how to represent the people? A representative must protect citizens from abuse and defend their rights. A representative must act transparently. You must be transparent. Not for private gain. It must not be for your own personal private gain. It must not be your own personal private gain. Your representation must be transparent. Tell me, who among these people who claim to be your representative is transparent? Every single one of them from A to Z, none excluded. None of them is transparent. None of them, not a single one is transparent. And this is unacceptable. We must not accept it. There are many signs of betrayal. Among the Igbo politicians, the Igbo elites, many signs of betrayal that are very clear that you can't run away from. One of those signs are public silence on arrests, detention, and violations. When you see that something is going wrong and you keep silence. We have seen several arrests of innocent Biafrans on different occasions, not because they committed a crime, only because they are seen as Biafrans. They are arrested. Biafrans are detained. Nobody is talking. Just like the news that is flying around that just came out, people who were detained in Obibo, they did not commit any crime. We can send them to North to be detained in the North. And somebody discovered them and brought out the video. You know how many years ago the attack on Obibo happened? Attack on Obibo and innocent Biafrans. The only crime they committed was that these people were Igbo Biafrans. They are Igbo. That was their crime. And they were detained and thrown to the northern part of Nigeria, and they are still there in detention. And everybody is silent. Violations. Look at the violations we are seeing on the cases of Mazen Nandekan. Look at the violation on the case of Mazen Simon. They don't care. Even when an outsider came and called them out, they paid no attention. These are the signs of heavy betrayal. Heavy betrayal. Another sign is private bargaining and deals that protect elites over people. That is what we see in the Biafra land. Private bargaining and deals that protect elites over the people. Every single thing they do is they go privately to discuss on their own. Just like some of them that show record, we are telling him to come private. Why should you go public? So that they can go privately and bargain for themselves, seek for conditions on how to make you remain silent and never speak. All these are signs of heavy betrayals in Biafra land that we are seeing every blessed day. We also hear PR-driven statements that avoid direct action. They say a word, but there is no action. PR-driven statements that avoid direct action. They talk and talk and talk, but they just keep you believing that something is going to happen. Today, Abia State governor will tell you, oh, Mazen Nandekan is coming out very soon. Don't worry. This one comes, oh, Masin Nandekano is coming up. We are discussing with the governor, we are talking with the president, but in the actual sense, they are doing nothing. They only come to the media to deceive you, make you calm down, and think that something happened, nothing happened. This is a grievous betrayal that we are seeing in Biafra land. Selective outrage. Selective outrage, loud for some, silent for our people. They do not talk. When it concerns the people, when the people are concerned, the collective voice of the people, they don't care about it. They only select some individuals that will benefit their selfish interests. When things happen about them, they voice. But when it has to do with the choice of the people, they will never pay attention to it. It is sad. When you look at the behavior of the politicians in Biafra land, all these factors are present in it. All these factors are present there, and that shows that these people, they are not there for you. They are not there for me. And it's high time we walk away from this contraption called the Zoological Republic. It is not going to do us any good. It has never done us any good, and will never do us any good. We have a high-profile detention like that of Mazin Nandekano. Very high-profile detention that the whole world is paying attention to. United Nations have weighed in, and yet the leadership of Igbo land are silent on it. Unbelievable. A high-profile case, a high-profile detention that we are seeing, and yet the Igbo politicians, Igbo elite are silent. They are not speaking. What other betrayal can be more than that? Those that speak have spoken. We haven't seen any action. No action whatsoever. No pressure applied. Only lip service. That is what we are hearing every day. Lip service. Every day lip service. Political elites prioritize their own appointments. They prioritize their appointments, contracts, alliances over community safety. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. It is about their position. It is about holding onto their position. That's what it's about. Every one of us, it is high time we wake up. And we should not allow these people to continue to hold sway and take decisions on the issues that has to do with every one of us. Because we're going to pay a very heavy price. A heavy price is going to be paid. Just as we speak, there is no more trust. In any one of them, any institution in Biafra land, there's no more trust. Any institution that has to do with Igbos, no trust. Both World Igbo Congress or Igbo Nandara, Ndoshio, all those organizations, there's no trust anymore. We can't trust any one of them. And the youths have lost faith in anything called political solution, because those who are going to be in the front line of that political solution are a bunch of idiots. These are the people that are making sure that we don't survive. How then do you think that they can go and negotiate something that will favor you? Never. They will never negotiate anything that will favor you. That is why political solution is dead in arrival. We must continue to do what we have to do and fight them the best way we can fight them. They have made us very vulnerable to oppression and propaganda. The so-called elites have made us very, very vulnerable to oppression and propaganda. because of their wickedness, because of their pursuit for personal interest. And how long shall we continue to tolerate that? The only thing we see in Biafra land every now and again is personal interest, wealth, position, security. Personal interests. They pursue just for their personal interests. They acquire as much as they can. They want to take any position at any cost. At any cost. They are willing to sacrifice anything to get the position. The security men for the people, they take it to themselves. You see some of them going with the convoy that even a president cannot be able to use. Even when people are complaining there's no security, but for them, they have all the security. We must continue to checkmate these people. They are afraid of losing access to power and resources. And for that, they can sacrifice anything. They are so much afraid of losing access to power. They want to be in power forever. People full of jealousy, internal rivalries, and patronage system. Mad people everywhere. We must continue to do things right, and the time is now. Don't allow the enemy to overtake you. Do not allow the voice of the enemy to take over your own voice. We have been through a lot as Biafrans. A lot is happening. And we will not continue to allow these things to happen. We must prepare ourselves as Biafrans, and we will not allow our enemies to laugh at us. Everywhere you go on the media today, the only people that are speaking up and making a case for Biafra, for Igbo Biafrans, are non-Igbos. The non-Igbos are the one making case. But those who call themselves Igbos are the one fighting against themselves. And you see them on social media, on daily broadcasts, speaking against their people. It is sad. But that is the harsh truth of today. That is the harsh truth of today. We must not allow the enemies to take our land. We must not allow the enemies to take our land. It is high time we rise up and fight this battle once and for all. We cannot continue to give excuses. We cannot continue to pretend all is well. All is not well. There are problems, right, left, and center. No, problem is everywhere. And there's no way you can run away from it. There's no way you can run away from it. Until you stand up for the truth, pursue the truth, and do the right thing. If we don't do the right thing, it is going to be worse by day. As the day go by, it is going to be worse. It will get to a time that you can't even be able to stand. Our quest for Biafra is our right that we can't throw away. It's our right that we cannot throw away. So if they are telling you that you don't have the right to fight for Biafra, show them that you have the right to fight for it and go for it. Do not relent. We don't have any representation in Nigeria. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear. That is why he is doing what he is doing. That is why he's speaking for all of us. That is why he's been detained today. Because he has refused to give in to the lies of the enemy. Because he has refused to give in to the lies of the enemy. That is why they are holding him today. I want you to hear this from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Fighting the struggle to have independence for Biafra.
We are fighting for independence, not fighting physically with guns and bullets. We are fighting in terms of our agitation. We are fighting in terms of our belief. We're fighting in terms of our consistency to ensure that we are free. Because we're not free. As a free people, we can afford to make life better for our people. Right now, we can't do that because of how Nigeria is structured and because of the very flawed foundations upon which Nigeria rests.
You called for a referendum latest this year, November, you said, I think.
Yes.
If that doesn't happen, what's the way forward? Because the way it looks like the government will definitely not agree to that.
Then there'll be no elections in Biafra land. No more elections here. They can put whoever they like in office. They can do whatever they like with their political positions. We will not engage in any political process.
You said it's a peaceful struggle, but
yes.
There are some videos of you appearing in the past, especially abroad, in particular in one conference in the US, where you said you need weapons to defend yourself, you need guns and ammunition. How can we understand that in the context that you're saying it's a peaceful struggle?
I'm sure you've heard about the Fulani headsmen killing people all over the place. Have you heard about it? Of course. Exactly. So how do you intend to defend yourself against Fulani headsmen without guns and bullets? They'll be killing our people, raping our women, destroying crops in the farms, and no one does anything about it. Is that how human beings are supposed to live?
So, and you have the right to arm yourself and defend yourself with arms in that context?
Self-defense is recognized even by all the known laws of the UN. Is that not correct? We have the right. If somebody were to barge into this very interview now wielding a machete or an AK-47, are you suggesting we should let them get away with it?
You were detained for almost 2 years, from 2015 on, and actually there was no trial. No trial ever happened, and despite several court rulings that said you were supposed to be released, you were not released.
Yes.
Do you think you were treated in a fair way by the government? Or rather also by the justice system?
No, not fairly, because Nigeria is not a civilized country. People behave like animals. They are not reasonable enough. They're not disciplined enough. They are not mentally developed enough to run a transparent civil society. For them, they have a feudal mindset where you have the ruling class and, a multitude of poverty-stricken people who never utters any word in rebellion or to even ask questions about their plight. That is one thing we are determined to challenge.
Don't you think you insult a lot of Nigerians with that?
I'm being very kind, to be honest. I could have used far more harsher words to describe them. I'm being very kind.
So generally you don't think very positive of your countrymen then, obviously?
They are not... When you say positive, no, as individuals, perhaps there are a few good people amongst them. But as a collective, this is an absolute mess. And you can see for yourself. Didn't you go through the roads and see how horrible they are? Didn't you see how unkempt everywhere is? How filthy and dirty everywhere is? That is the product of a Nigerian system that is uniquely backwards, even by the very third world standards of Black Africa. That's the fact, and people must face up to it.
Well, I traveled in the north quite extensively, and I went to very remote areas sometimes where you would still find Igbo people living there, peaceful together with communities in the north. Don't you sometimes think that you might endanger their peaceful coexistence with the communities there, that they might get into trouble with that?
So if they're living so peacefully together, or cohabiting so peacefully as you put it, how come you hear about all those uprisings in the north where southern Christians are being slaughtered and nothing gets done about it? Are you telling me that that is normal? People are in the north out of a dire need, necessity more or less, to try and survive. Because here, the entire production process has been emasculated by people and policies that are geared towards ensuring There are people exist in perpetual state of poverty, and that is unacceptable to us. What we're asking the world to recognize is that we want to live in peace, not in pieces. We want to live in peace, just to allow us to be. Allow Biafra to exist. We were existing before the British came. Just allow us to go back to, what we were before. No African came to Europe to create countries. So for somebody to just come in here and say, you, from today, your name is Nigeria, is simply laughable.
For those who do not know what representation is, you just saw what Mazin Nanikan was doing there. That is what is called representation. Putting our case before the whole world with reasons, facts, and figures. That is what representation should be. Not what we have today for the politicians. What Mazin Nandekano is doing is what they are supposed to do. But none of them is bold enough to take that bull by the horn. Instead, this is what we hear. Diplomacy requires silence. Silence? When they tell you that diplomacy requires silence, you do it silently. Just watch out that their silence will result to inaction. Inaction, that is what you're going to see. Then you will never see any accountability. You will not see any accountability. The next thing you hear with the from them is, oh, we are negotiating behind scene. We are negotiating behind the scene. We are negotiating behind the scene. That is the language you hear from these people who claim to represent you. They will tell you, oh, diplomacy requires silence. We are negotiating behind scene. You are negotiating behind scene and you are not transparent. You are not transparent. You cannot even come and give us the outcome of what you have done in the secret. That is their common language. Oh, do you know what they are doing behind scene? Some of us idiotically will come and defend this nonsense. Somebody will tell you, do you know what they are doing on the ground? Do you know what they are doing behind the scene? Do you know that they are doing nothing? Anybody that is fond of saying that is nothing but a deceiver. Whatever you are doing behind the scene, you need to be transparent and show us the outcome of your behind the scene maneuver. But what you see from them, these are what they used to back themselves up to remain invisible and never speak for you. They say silence requires diplomacy. Oh, we are working behind the scene. It is so sad. It is so sad. They will tell you, unity requires compromise. Unity requires compromise. Instead of representing you and presenting your case, oh, unity requires compromise. But not at the cost of justice and lives. It requires compromise, but not at the cost of justice and lives. But these are the excuses they use for you. And some of us buy into it. Everyone that calls himself elites in Biafra land, more especially Ohaneze Ndohi Nandama. Ohaneze Ndohi, we must continue to hold them accountable. And we demand immediate public statement and legal action defending detained Biafrans. Nobody needs to tell them. They are supposed to be the one in the front line to do what Showere is doing today. Showere is not Igbo. Showere is not Igbo. But yet, Showere is in the front line, risking his political career in Nigeria for the Igbo people. Pursuing an unpopular project because of the Igbo people, and he put his career on the line. This is what the Ohanese and the Igbo were supposed to do, but they are not doing it. Instead, they are the one hiding under the table. Hiding under the table. Even up till now, I have not seen their statement. Maybe they have. If you have seen, you show us. If you have seen their statement, tell us you have seen. I have not seen any. These are a bunch of idiots that are never transparent in anyhow. There is nothing they are doing that are transparent. The only language you hear from them, oh, we are doing something on the ground. Oh, we are meeting, we are talking to people. They are doing nothing. All their moves is for their own personal, selfish interests. For their own personal and selfish interests. In all their funding, in all their decisions, they do not carry the people along. They just wake up. Ohaneze Igbo have never made any decision seeking for the view of the people. Speaking the people, see their own view before you do anything. No. That was why they connived that they want to go to Sokoto to go and beg for themselves. They connived and went behind and supported Nigeria to proscribe IPOB. They connived, went together, collected money, gathered money, raised funds to go and kidnap Mazi Simon Ekpa. They connive in the secret and sponsor the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This is all they do. And the time has come for the Biafran people to stop them. There must be people that will be paying attention to them. To watch this Ohaneze Ndo Hinandama closely, watch them. They are the major problem we are having. The major setback we are having. In all ramifications, they are the major setback because these people are handpicked. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was talking about how they are being picked by Asoro, some of us never take it serious. Some of us, we are thinking, how is it going to be possible that Asoro will come and choose leaders for us? But now maybe you begin to understand. We must hold them accountable. We must continue to hold these criminals accountable. If we don't, our situation will get worse. Our situation was worse. We must continue to expose the atrocities of these people. We must continue to educate Biafrans that we have no representation in Nigeria. Nobody is standing for us as a spokesperson. Those people that are parading themselves have no legitimacy to represent you. And that is why they don't care when something happens to you. When they invade your land, they will not speak. When they arrest your brother or arrest you, they won't talk. Instead, they will support in the government. You can imagine the other clan. That idiot, Ojus Okalo, saying that he is not going to say anything until Tinubu says something. He's not going to say anything until the court takes decision. Meanwhile, people from other regions are speaking out, calling out Nigerian government for their evil deeds. We must continue to pressure these people. Those who are in the zoo, who can write petition against them. Campaign against them. We know we can protest because protest in Nigeria is something else. We must continue to expose them to the world. We have to take our own destiny in our own hand. Just as we are already doing. Creating our own councils, youth councils, creating our own groups. Having our own independent media to speak the truth, to debunk their lies. We need to represent ourselves because if you keep quiet, you are gone. That is why so many of us have taken upon ourselves, no matter how difficult it is, we come and talk. And that is why they are attacking our platform. They see our platform as a threat because we say it the way it is. If I want to win, if I want to get views, I know what to do. I know the topic they enjoy. I know the topic they will even help to promote it, to create distraction. If I change and begin to do saga, if I change from what I'm doing now, begin to do saga, you will see millions of people watching. They will even sponsor and make sure that they help to promote it so that it will distract people from the real thing. But we are not for that. We know why we came. We didn't come here for personal interest. We didn't come here to promote ourselves. It is about Biafra and about Biafra alone. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter the attack we get. We will continue to speak. Any little time you have, in any opportunity, speak up. Share information about what is happening in your area. We have no representation. You represent yourself. I will represent myself. We collectively put these informations out, and they cannot be able to stop it. No matter how small it is. If you can do 1 minute video, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 15 minutes video, do it and send it out. Even 60 seconds, do it. With key points and hit it out there. Just do it and post it. Demand for justice for your leaders. Mazi Simon Ekpan Joko and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Put up a write-ups and share it. Don't ever allow them to keep you down. They have a project to disorganize us. They have a project to make sure that we don't have a voice. They have a project to make sure that our voice is not heard. Are we going to allow them to succeed? Of course, we will not allow them to succeed. We cannot allow them to succeed, no matter how they try. No matter the propaganda and blackmails we are seeing. You think they will stop? They will never stop. They will not stop. If you think that they will stop, they will not stop. And that is why wherever you are as a Biafran, you must stay strong and don't look back. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. If you are distracted, you are gone. If you are distracted as a Biafran, you are gone and you are gone forever. Nobody's going to help you. Nobody is going to help you. You think that somebody is going to stand for you? Nobody will help you. Nobody will stand for you. You have to stand for yourself. You need to stand for yourself. It is your battle. You will fight the battle yourself. Nobody is going to come to fight this battle for you. That is why we have to be serious in whatever we are doing. Is it going to be easy? It is not going to be easy. It is even going to be tougher than you think it is already. It is going to be tougher. You think you have seen it all. You haven't seen nothing yet. Greater challenges are ahead. Greater challenges are ahead of us. And we must make sure that we pay attention, or else what is coming ahead is too heavy, and so many of us cannot stand it. Many are already falling out. Many are already discouraged. So many of us are already discouraged because of the things that are happening, because of the attacks that is coming right and center. So many are already discouraged. But if all of us become discouraged and walk away, then who is going to fight the battle? If all of us get discouraged and walk away, who is going to fight this battle? That means we are running away from our responsibilities. And before you know it, their enemy will be smiling and clapping for themselves. My people, we must face this bitter truth. The problem of the Igbo nation is not only from Abuja, it is from within. The political elites, the so-called Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, and the greedy self-serving politicians have turned our collective destiny into their personal business. They have turned our collective destiny into their personal business empire. But the time has come. The destiny of Biafra must return to the people. The destiny of the Biafran people must return to them. Our silence has become their weapon. But our waking will become their nightmare. The waking up of Biafran people will be their nightmare. That is why we must wake up. You must wake up, and wake up now, not tomorrow. Wake up now, not tomorrow. Most people that you call your politicians, they represent their pockets, not their people. No one speaks boldly in Abuja for the freedom and justice of the Southeast. Nobody, not even one. No single person is speaking boldly in Abuja for the freedom or justice for the Southeast. The ones you see that talk are just lip service. Every one of them. What you see is lip service. Biafrans are dying in detention. The ones that were discovered, that was taken to the north from Obibo. You know how many have died? You know how many have died? Only few survived. And since that video came out, there has not been any uproar, there has not been any move to do anything about it. None of them pay attention. Pictures were shown, videos were shown. Those people have families. Their families are still alive. But there is nobody, they don't know whom to turn to. Nobody to speak to. That is how bad it is. Biafrans are dying in detention. And yet, no political voice stands up. Since that video came out of people in Obibo, it's supposed to cause an outrage. It's supposed to be discussed in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, but no single person have raised it up. Nobody spoke about it. He who is silent in the face of oppression have chosen the side of oppressor. And that is the side every representative, every politician have chosen in Biafra land. All of them align with the oppressor. They are all aligned with Abuja. You can imagine somebody boldly telling you that until the drug baron takes decision and the court takes decision before he can say a word. What does that show you? That shows you that he has chosen the side of the oppressor. And some of you foolishly still regard those people as your leaders. Some of you stupidly still praise those people. Some of you still go ahead to advertise this bunch of clowns. The Ohanese Ndo Hinandiam, that is supposed to be a socio-cultural group of the Igbo people, they have now changed from custodians to betrayers. They have changed from custodians to betrayers. That is what they are today. Supposedly respected, now seen as a political tool of the oppressor. That is what Ohanese have done to. A political tool to suppress even the voice of their people. When we speak and talk, they will be the first one to come and debunk. They will be the people in the front line to be the ones to debunk the truth and side Abuja. Instead of defending Nnamdi Kanu today, Biafran's right to freedom, they defend their relevance. Instead of the politicians, the Ohanese Ndo Hinandiam, today rising up to defend the freedom of our school, they are busy defending their own relevance. They want to be the mouthpiece in Abuja. They want Abuja to see them as a saint. They want Abuja to give them appointments. They want Abuja to elevate them. They want Abuja to see them as reliable people, and they don't care about you. And you are not worried. You should be ashamed of yourself. The Ohanese Igbo have lost the moral voice of Igbo people. They have lost it completely. They have lost the moral right, the moral voice of the Igbo people completely. And their silence is nothing but betrayal. The greatest and the worst betrayal ever is that group And for the fact that they are doing the bidding of Abuja, Abuja will always call them as a representative. You see why it is necessary that we get out as soon as possible. You see why it is important that you support anything, I say anything, that will bring the end to the zoo. Don't waste time. Support it with everything you have, with all your resources. This bunch of idiots, they dine with those who kill our people and call it diplomacy. They sit on a table and dine with those who are unaliving our people on a daily basis. And when you ask them, they call it diplomacy. This is the evil we are facing today in this generation. What we see is the spirit of jealousy, greed, and division everywhere. Igbo disunity has been the biggest victory of Nigerian system. The biggest victory of Nigerian system is Igbo disunity. Why some people are still busy going ahead to unify Igbo. I see many people who are on that unification project, which is very nice. I have seen many people who have taken that project of unifying the Igbos across the world, across Biafra land, which is nice. But yet, the Ohanese is the one that is the front fighting it. The Igbo unity that people are preaching today, Ohanese is the one fighting it. Igbo disunity has been the biggest victory of Nigerian system. The biggest victory of Nigerian system. Many elites are jealous of anyone who rises with genuine love for the people. Whenever you rise with genuine love of people, because people know the person that is working for them, people know those who work for them, those who love them, those who are genuine. Every one of us know. Every one of us know. And when we see those who put their life on the line, who are genuine, we love them, we show love, we appreciate them. The only thing you see from the elite is jealousy. They become jealous. Just like the case of Mazen Nandekam. When they watch the crowd that follow Mazen Nandekam, when they see the crowd that is calling the name of Mazen Nandekam, they can't handle it. They can't stand it. They say, don't release this man. They say, hold him there. Hold him there. Whenever they come across the videos where Mazen you can imagine somebody that has this crowd. Which election will he conduct and not win? Which referendum will he conduct and not? Which order will he give and it will not be obeyed? Simply because people saw him as a genuine person. Mazen Nandekam, very genuine. And because he's genuine, the Biafrans rally ran about him. And what this love have now generated is jealousy. The jealousy of Hope Uzodinma, the jealousy of Dave Umahi, the jealousy of Oju Zokalo. That is why Oju Zokalo say he will not say anything on the case of Mazen Nandekam. He will not say anything on the protest of Mazen Nandekam on the 20th until he hear from Tinubu, and Tinubu will tell him what to say. Until he hear from the court. Because they are afraid of this crowd. This is what they are afraid of. This is what the politicians and the elite are afraid of. There is no organization in Nigeria, not just Ebola. There is no organization in Nigeria, no single human being in Nigeria that can pull this crowd. There is no single human being in Nigeria that can pull this crowd. It is not made anywhere. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter who you are. Both in the southeast, in the southwest, in the north, there is no single individual that will pull this crowd. What you are seeing here is not an election crowd. These people are not given incentive to come. They were not paid. These are people who came on their own. Some of them used their money to sponsor others to come. This is what they are afraid of. This is what they are afraid of. This is what they don't want to see. This is why you see these criminals. And when they hear about Mazen Nandekano, they become restless. They become jealous because of the genuine love of the people for someone who is genuine and ready to speak their mind and stand up for them. What we see in the life of these criminals who call themselves politicians, instead of building together, they fight and destroy progress. They can never come together and build. They fight and destroy progress. You remember how many times Mazen Nandekano called the governors, wrote to them, formed a security outfit to secure Biafra land. The North already had their own. The Southwest have their own. Formed a security outfit to guide Biafra. Some of you think that Mazen Nandekano just wake up and form the ESN. Mazen Nandekano did not just form ESN. Mazen Nandekano called on all these governors in Biafra land. He wrote to them personally, one after the other. And he was advising them, get a security outfit to defend the people. The Fulanese are coming to invade. He warned them, and they could not do anything. They didn't. Mazen Nandekano went ahead and formed the ESN. ESN to secure the entire Biafra land. Just after Mazen Nandekano had formed it, they came out and said they want to form their Ebubago. Do you know that even to form the Ebubago, they could not unify together to form Ebubago? They could not come together. They could not come together and form a single force. They were still divided. Some of them forming different armed groups, right, left, and center. Up to this today, they can never find a unified front to do anything. Nothing. Instead of building together, they fight and destroy every progress in Igbo land. These politicians, these elites, they destroy it. They don't work together, never. Even the Ohanese, they have two factions. You saw when they were doing election. Some faction were doing election in a River State. Some were in Enugu doing election. They have two parties. One is leader there, the other one is leader there, causing chaos. You can never see them having a unified front. Our enemies don't need to divide us. Our greed already did the job for them. Nigerian government don't need to fight more. It is we, the elites, are already doing the job for them. The elite by themselves. Because of greed, they already did the job for Nigerian government. And that is why they are running free. They are not even worried. They don't care about what you do, what you say. It doesn't move them. It doesn't move them. But we have to take our destiny in our hands. It is time for us to take our